Back in May for my birthday, I got Carbon Racer's Max Schnell. But a few weeks later, my mom revealed to me that she actually had to order Carbon Racer's Max Schnell twice. Because the first time she did, we were accidentally delivered this instead. Yeah, that's not a Carbon Racer's Max Schnell diecast. This is the Power Turner's Max Schnell from a toy line released alongside the Carbon Racers. Couldn't find much information about this online, and I honestly couldn't really find what cars they made other than Max, Lightning, and Miguel Camino. These were larger scale plastic cars with pullback motors who could pull off extreme S-curve action. That's pretty lame, but whatever. I know that they did a similar line to this for the Ice Racers, where the cars were plastic, but I think these were dummy wheels and there was a wheel on the bottom, kind of like this Demolition Derby Crasher, Crazy 8 Crashers, whatever. But yeah, this is a pretty obscure Cars toy line just made to go alongside the Carbon Racers, and for whatever reason, you could still find them being sold at several places online. I guess there's just excess stock of them for whatever reason, to the point where when she ordered the diecast, we were accidentally given this instead. Of course, everything was ironed out before my birthday, and I ended up receiving Carbon Racer's Max Schnell's diecast, which has just sort of left this hanging out in my house ever since. We didn't really know what to do with it. I thought, well, you know, it's not like we could just go back to Walmart and return it. This hasn't been sold for 6 years. So I decided, you know what, may as well open this up, see what extreme S-curve action is all about, and do a review of it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Power Turner's Max Schnell. Savor this, because you will never see me review a Power Turner's toy ever again. We have the Cars logo up here. Extreme S-curve action. For whatever reason, the Daredevil Garage app logo is on this, despite the fact that it's not a diecast, but whatever. Power Turner's Max Schnell, the artwork of Carbon Max down there, Carbon Racers logo down there. On the back, it says collect them all, and you can see Lightning and Miguel, who really just look identical to their diecast. Max looks very, very similar as well. Clearly, the diecast facial expressions were the basis for this, and clearly whoever was meant to ship us the Carbon Racers Max diecast got confused and sent us this. Pull back and release. Works best on hard, flat surfaces for indoor use only. What is it, like cease functioning if I bring it outside? It's not allowed outside? Does it just like explode in my hand if I take it outside? We have the backstory for the Carbon Racers. Max Schnell invites his fellow TROC racers to Nürburgring, Germany to take on the world's toughest track. It has plenty of challenges, like hairpin turns and blind corners. Luckily for Max, he can do extreme S-curve action. But the real hazards are the slow-moving race fans using the track. For extra agility and speed, Max equips the racers with lightweight, super strong carbon fiber components, and they're off. Yeah, so having like a pullback curving action, by the way, this has the easy open tab on the bottom, kind of weird, but okay. Seems kind of weird to me for Carbon Racers. Again, the ones like this that they did for Ice Racers had sort of like drifting action, you know, like they're driving across the ice. But S-curve, I mean, it does say they have to do hairpin turns, so I guess that's why. We got a little sheet here, instructions. Okay. Press down, pull back and release, collect them all. Each sold separately, subject to availability. That is a terrible picture of Miguel Camino. I know the top of Carbon Miguel is gray, but like, the lighting there is just absolutely awful. So yeah, them all is just those three. Why Miguel? Kind of a odd choice, but whatever. I'm not complaining. Of course, they chose Max because this race takes place in Germany, and they chose McQueen because he's the main character. I'm going to get this out of the box, and we'll be right back. Max was in there pretty securely. You can see just how long this piece that attaches to the inside of the car is, and he was held in even more securely with these things that were attached to those. Is that level of security really necessary? Does anybody really want to steal a Power Turner's that badly? So here is Max out of the box, and his shaping is not ideal. You know, I'm not the type of person who tends to complain about the shaping of Cars diecasts unless they are very, very, very wrong, like the original Sally diecast, right? Most Cars diecasts are not one-to-one perfect replicas of their movie counterparts. Even the original McQueen mold has its issues, but I typically don't mind. Here, something is up with the shaping of Max. And, you know, maybe this is somehow more accurate to the movie, and I'm just not sure because I'm just so used to how this looks. But, I don't know, something about this just looks wrong. I think with how long the front hood is. But yeah, it has all the typical details of a Carbon Racer's Max. Everything is stickered on. Everything's in pretty good quality. The box included for an item that's 6 years old and was ordered just off like the Walmart website. But you can see some of the stickers are a little damaged or peeling off a tiny bit, which is fine. You know, it's to be expected with an older item. He also has a bit of a scrape across the eye. Got the Carbon Racers logo there. If you just saw that, I don't think you did, but look, the wheels actually turn. It seems they just turn one way, at least manually, but you can see there's a tiny bit of suspension. Not really suspension, but of course you're supposed to push it down to rev it back. So yeah, you do have a little bit of movement with the car. CRC on the side for Carbon Racer Cup, number 4. Of course, is Max's number. Tarot C there. MS4 for Max Schnell 4 with the German flag, which you can see that sticker is a little damaged, but just all stuff that's the same with the diecast, except this area is not colored in, which is a shame. I covered this in a pretty recent episode of Errors and Inconsistencies, but the Carbon Racers have some additional painted in areas for their splitters there, which don't exist on the diecast. Making a larger scale item like this would have been a perfect time to mold the splitters on there and paint them, but whatever. Yeah, it's kind of annoying that with this larger scale they didn't take advantage of that to, you know, add details that were missing, but instead they, for whatever reason, removed some of the details, like the paint across the side. CRC on the back, number 4 on either side. And on the back, we once again have the CRC logo with some other logos like the Carbon Race logo and the German flag again. And there is a look at the base, pretty blank. You just see these sort of security parts put into Max, but yeah, the bottom of regular Max is blank as well. Just want to check the copyright. There we go. Alright, so we've got a nice big area here to test out Max. I don't know how far this will go or how wide those turns are going to be. So let's push it down. You can see when you push it down, these wheels turn, which is kind of weird, and it gives you a bit of resistance. I don't know if that's the plan. Yeah, you can see just a typical pullback. And yeah, sometimes when you push it down, it like has a locking sound. I guess it's supposed to lock it so the wheels don't turn when you're pushing it back. It's definitely easier to push it back now. Alright, there we go. So, I guess maybe I have to pay attention to how the wheels are lined up so that it doesn't pull back when the wheels are turned off to the side. Alright, Max, be free! Okay, that was quite anticlimactic. He really doesn't go all that fast. Let's rev him up a bit more. I don't know, it doesn't tell you how many times to rev it up. Let's see. Should be enough. Why does this keep happening? He just turns a little and then just slams into the nearest thing. So I just realized that you could just pull this guy back and let go. You don't actually have to rev it up, which is pretty nice. He just slammed into the wall again. But yeah, you don't need to rev it up, which is nice. You can see he just right into Sarah Wilson. He just curves a little bit. I am yet to see him complete a full S-curve. I was like, yeah, you know, this is a nice, and he went under the bed. This is a nice wide open space in my house where I could test this out. It's not carpeted, should work fine. Guys, I think that's the extent of the S turning we're getting. That's the extent of the power turn. It's like, and that's it. It's just, it's really not substantial. No wonder they have so much excess stock of these. I mean, I wasn't expecting like the greatest thing ever made, but this is just, I think this would disappoint a kid. Look at the box, and then look at what the performance you're getting is. This is kind of unfortunate. I'm just reviewing this because it's just been in my house for a while, and there's really not much to say. But there is one thing I'd like to try. They said not for outdoor use. We'll see about that. Yeah, still sucks. Look, I know I've made a lot of jokes about this item, and I've been very sarcastic throughout this whole review, and I know I'm not the target demographic for this, but I'm very disappointed with this item, and if I were in the target demographic, I think I'd be even more disappointed. As a kid, you're going to want a car that goes super fast, zooming around curves and all that. This car goes super slow, and the S-curving action or whatever is just like slightly going at a little bit of a curved angle. Power turners is a name that they should have used for something that does something a lot cooler. And as a collector, I can't even say that this is a cool, larger scale Carbon Racers Max Schnell item. Is it cool that we have a larger scale Carbon Racers Max Schnell? Yeah, that's cool. But it doesn't really look like him all that much, in my opinion. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now. He didn't move that far. He just fell on my leg. You could just pull back and go, which is pretty cool. And maybe... No! Right at the Juki!